A galaxy of opportunities. A show where young boys chase and fight for their dreams, literally. To debut in a group and change their lives forever. The largest survival show ever. 160 contestants, all competing just for 8 spots. This was supposed to be the next K-pop phenomenon. But the moment the first episode aired, a galaxy of opportunities turned into a galaxy of a mess. Scandal after scandal. And at one point fans called it the messiest survival show ever. From undeserved eliminations to Mnet's notorious evil editing, extreme favoritism, rigged rankings to essay accusations. But here's the thing, none of this is new, because these kind of survival shows have always thrived on controversy, manipulation and outrage. So why did this one feel different? Why did the exact same formula that once guaranteed success, where did it all go so wrong that made fans label the show as the worst survival show ever? Hey guys, I'm Patrick, and this is the very first video in the new series where I break down pop culture moments as marketing case studies. I'm a marketing graduate with a diploma who also works in social media. Now let's analyze these culturally significant moments, not just as fandom drama, but as a real example of branding, marketing strategy, what worked, what failed, and why did the audience react the way it did.
Boys 2 Planet isn't even fun to watch.
My favorite question, where did it all go wrong? First problem. Brand crisis. Brand crisis is when a product, company, experiences an event that threatens its reputation and credibility. Simply a situation that could damage your brand. And that's exactly what happened this time. And it all started with one word: favoritism. The first controversy appeared when fans noticed the mistreatment of Chinese trainees. As we know, the trainees were divided into 2 groups based on their nationality: 80 Korean trainees, the K trainees, and 80 C trainees. What at first looked like a minor production decision, it quickly exploded into a major debate online.
Episode 2 was genuinely harrowing to watch. It was not fun, and what gets me the most is the blatantness of the disparity in the treatment of the 2 different groups.
Why? Something happened. Korean trainees were given a 5-minute FaceTime call with their loved ones. It was warm, emotional, and perfect for giving them screen time. Meanwhile, the C trainees were only allowed a short voice call. No visuals, no emotional payoff, just a few seconds of audio poorly edited. Then, speaking of the living conditions, let's look at the all-star dorms of K trainees. Now let's look at the C trainees. And it wasn't all. Right from the beginning, fans noticed that something was off, especially with the C trainees. Out of the 80 C trainees who started, 49 were eliminated. 6 left due to the show's stressful environment. And that actually leaves us with 25 who actually made it to the show. It felt controlled.
You know what's so messed up? Mnet made all those trainees, including the eliminated ones who were cut before the Signal Song mission, attend all those events to promote the show, and made them do all those promo videos to ask for votes as if they were still participating.
The next example came with a contestant named Christian, a familiar face from the first season, who actually did pretty well. But this time, no screen time, no storyline, eliminated right at the beginning. And after that episode aired, Christian posted a video calling out Mnet and all the viral edits about him. Now that video went instantly viral. But what made really powerful this moment was the fact that that exact video was his coming out video. So overnight, just a simple, random, quiet elimination became a massive online storm. Fans accused the show of not just favoritism, but of a deeper problem with bias and selective visibility. Shortly after, another contestant, named Lee Yup, a former Produce 101 contestant with flawless vocals, was also eliminated at the very start. 0 screen time, audition didn't air, and the audience was shocked again, quote unquote. Hyop's elimination makes no sense, and he barely had any screen time. What the hell? Meanwhile, fans also noticed that contestants who even struggled to hit a single note were given screen time after screen time. Sang is tone deaf, bruh, he's not hitting the notes and his beats are messed up too, and this is him doing his best. Let's not lower the standards of K-pop. These choices reinforce the perception of extreme favoritism, turning these early missteps into the outcome of the very first brand crisis. If you think favoritism stopped here, no. Other trainees were given excessive screen time based on their visuals. One of the clearest examples, Kim Gun-woo. From all the petitions demanding his removal from the show, all the way to debuting him. Now, before even he showcased any of his skills, he was already named by the editors as the most handsome of the season.
Let's go! 어우, 야, 펀치라다, 펀치래. 어우, 야, 뭐야, 비율이. 하셨는데?
And shortly after, he got the center part at the Signal song, which is like a huge thing in the show. Another moment that drew backlash was when one of the mentors called a trainee fat, literally telling him to lose weight. But the issue here isn't just what was said. The real issue is Mnet's choice to air these moments on television. And broadcasting these kind of comments to a global audience reinforces the idea that the show is not really ready nor interested in growth. And that choice sent a clear message. Looks matter more than ability. Controversies being aired within the show itself. And this is Mnet's first branding mistake of not being able to handle their major brand crisis. And finally, let's get to the main problem. Failed marketing strategy. The replicated script. They didn't just bring the show back for the next season. They literally brought the blueprint. Same formula, same archetypes. Season 1 made history. So season 2 tried to copy it. Trainee by trainee. When even fans felt that it's not hitting the same anymore. Because the moment you try to copy authenticity, it becomes forced. From the celebrity aura of Lee Hoo-taek, reborn in Yumaki, Kim Ji-woong's mysterious charisma, mirrored by Kim Jun-seo, the sexy aura of Ricky, poorly repackaged in this trainee.
Yeah, young and rich, tall and handsome. I'm charisma boss.
Sexy and hot, shining forever.
Even the strong bond between the two most favorite trainees of the season. Then of course the replicated love triangle. This season trainee lineup felt as a scripted casting, as if they were filling in empty slots in a script rather than building a new story. They promised evolution, but what we got was replication. At first glance, it might seem as a good marketing move, but that illusion quickly disappeared when fans noticed that this season is always showing the same trainees episode by episode. Now let's talk about who those 160 actually were. I'd say this is where it gets very interesting. Phase 1. Out of 160 contestants, half are caught immediately. Only 80 trainees survive and reach the live battle challenge. But here's the catch. Through this entire selection, the masters hold about 70% of the decision power. They control the rankings,
노스타 후보를
screen time, and who even gets shown to the public. By the time the live stages begin, the show has already sculpted a narrative to you that it actually wants to sell.
Criminal offensive side eye.
Phase 2. Now, 80 trainees remain, and fan votes actually starts to count. 21% of these trainees were actually minors. In K-pop, debuting minors, yes, is actually normalized, but survival shows like this rarely want to do that due to the legal restrictions in the contracts. So that leaves us with 63 contestants that actually average to the real chance. And even among those, the system divides them into invisible tiers, the unspoken categories, the chosen ones. These are the network's golden picks, the ones with agency backing, strong pre-show buzz or pre-existing contracts that guarantee visibility. Their journey isn't really about survival, it's more about their presentations to the public, giving them screen time at the very first episode when you even had no idea that they are actually pre-picked from the beginning. The backups. Now these are real talented trainees who are good enough to make it into the final but not necessarily part of the original plan. Sometimes, if fan reaction is very high, the production may save one or two, but most of the time they just exist to keep the hope alive. The showmen, they're used to build emotional storylines, and the purpose isn't to last, it's to make people talk. And last but not least, the fillers. They just exist in the background, they are not really part of any storyline. They perform, they are there to fill in the spots, but actually they never make it to the edit. And this pattern becomes impossible to ignore, season by season. And if this wasn't enough, while Boys to Planet itself has no confirmed vote manipulation, it's produced by the same company that was in contact with not one police investigation during the famous produced series. In these past shows, investigations revealed predetermined lineups, vote manipulation, and strategic group placement.
So this was behind the scenes after our group battle, and I, found out I got 4 votes.
Yeah.
I went to the bathroom crying because I'm like, wow, I suck. And then there were a lot of younger girls on my season. Like, I'm talking like 13-year-olds. She came into the bathroom and saw me crying. She's like, Onni, why are you crying? Yeah. And I was like, because I got 4 votes. And they were like, what do you mean 4 votes? I was like, I got 4 on the screen. It said 4. And she was like, no, I saw the producers on their clipboard write 30 by your name. And so imagine my surprise. 30? Yeah, I got 30. Granted, I don't remember what the other girls' scores were at that point, but I received 30 votes from the audience. And so when I heard that, I was like, oh, this is the game we're playing. Okay, I went into the show already knowing things, but that just solidified it. I have my theories as to why they cut me from the show, but that's going to take too long to get into. Whoa. But yeah, I'm forever grateful to my baby for letting me know that because... And I'm even happier because now the producer's in jail.
On a nice day, back in 2019, South Korean police began investigating the allegations of vote manipulation in this series. Key figures, including director Ahn Jun-young and chief producer Kim Young-bum, were later arrested. And during questioning, they have admitted that they had already chosen the members for these groups and that they have influenced the lineups in all of the previous seasons. What this history shows is that Mnet has long been in control of who and which trainee is gonna succeed or not gonna succeed. The editing, storytelling, agency influence, these are all embedded into the production process. Not to mention the franchise's debut group names. The Planet series has always tried to brand its debut groups around cosmic themes. But while those names actually initially stood out, maybe for the wrong reasons, but they stood out. Fans criticized these names for feeling overly manufactured and hard to pronounce.
저희 그룹 이름이 뭐였죠? 제로 베이스 1 재배원입니다. 네? 제로 베이스 1.
And now, Alpha Drive 1.
It's not Aldi. It's not. It's not. It's not. No!
This name was also meant to sound very galactic and futuristic, but instead it sounds like a cheap chain store. Fans flooded social media with these memes. So after many seasons of questionable names, this choice also just felt like another case of replicated marketing strategy. And now let's translate the theory to numbers. They tell the same story. Nearly every episode of season 2 drew fewer viewers. Week by week, ratings fell, reflecting a clear decline in both rankings and fan engagement compared to season 1. From Mnet's brand crisis to the marketing strategy of the replicated storylines, it all backfired, leaving the show struggling to maintain its numbers they had hoped for. In the end, Boys to Planet still produced talented trainees, but this season rather felt as a reminder to Mnet. You can script a story, but you can't script authentic fan excitement. This was all from me today, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you go into my YouTube page and look at my header, I'm always updating you guys on what is next. I'm always waiting for the requests. So if you have any requests, my DMs, my comment section is open. What should I deep dive into? What should I react to? With that being said, thank you so much for being in the first episode where I break down culturally significant K-pop, pop themed moments. Yeah, I think we can say that. And with that being said again, see you in my next one. Bye.